When designing placement activities, the first thing that we think about is how is this going to affect the healthcare team? Because at the end of the day, our first consideration is the patient and making sure that the service is adequately run. We don't want a situation where students will turn up on placement and make things more difficult. So I was happy to hear that for the first time, placements are funded through NHS England, and there is a clinical tariff that is similar to other allied healthcare professionals. So to hear about the clinical tariff was very valuable. But when it comes to designing specific placement activities, it's useful for students to make sure that our activities are authentic. So it actually replicates what they're going to be doing whilst they're a pharmacist, when they're a qualified pharmacist. Obviously within reason, within their scope and remit of competence. The other thing to consider is what kind of an activity would be difficult to replicate in-house, because it might be difficult to authentically replicate the resources that are available. So we like to focus activities around interactions with patients, interactions with other healthcare professionals, the MDT. We like to use resources that are not easy to replicate. Things like, the patient's bloods results, the patients themselves, and patients' medical notes, things like this. And there's already a lot of resources that are out there provided by HEE, so we can learn from colleagues in other institutions across the NHS. We've partnered with several organisations and drawn from their experience. So what we found particularly useful are things like the HEE Foundation Training Portfolio, which we've adapted into our undergraduate training portfolio, and also frameworks such as those outlined by the RPS.